Hello and welcome to part 2 of our somber and serious cue that we are writing. Remember, there's loads more of these composition tutorials on a playlist somewhere over there, and don't forget, like and subscribe is always appreciated. What we're going to do is build this out to 1 minute 30, 2 minute cue. I'm going to start by taking this first section that we composed in part 1. I'm going to copy it to the end and then come back to this intro part and take some things out, probably by muting them to start with, and then when I'm happy I'll copy the section again and slowly build up the tracks. Remember, we need some edit points as well, so we'll be thinking about that along the way. So let's get the first part copied out to the end and mute some intro stuff. Okay, so you can see I've copied out the first part to the end and then again to follow it, and I've just removed some of the layers. I've also done a bit of automation, especially with these swarms, because they were quite overpowering at the very beginning. So now it comes in quite subtly, as you can hear here. So it was this sound. I've kept the horns in, but I've slightly changed the ending so they hold on to a single note for a bit longer. So that slows up the momentum a little bit. What I need now is a break here. Because we've got to 30 seconds, that's normally a good point for an edit. So what I'm going to do is change the time signature here, and we're just going to have a short 2/4 bar, back to a 4/4, so that everything can line up nicely, and we'll just move everything along those 2 extra beats, because 4 beats is going to sound a bit odd in terms of timing. We want things to keep going, we don't want a massive pause, and we're going to cover some of these with some transition elements as well anyway. So let me do that there. I'm also going to do it further along here at the end of that section, the second section as well. So we'll pop something in around there. Okay, see you when I've sorted that out. Okay, so we've now got a breakdown section as well. I've composed a slightly different melody for this part, starting on the swarms. But following the same pattern. The other thing I realised I was missing was some tremolo strings, so I've brought them in here. They are from Albion Colossus, the additional longs, and I've picked the tremolo, and what you will see is the notes actually overlap. If I play you the end part of this, I'm slowly stacking the different sounds until we get to the end. I think that adds a nice extra element coming in at the end. I think we're nearly there in terms of the composition. We've got 2 minutes, we've got a couple of edit points. I just need to add some transitions now. So see you in a minute. Okay, so don't let the page turn thing fool you. This took me about 20 minutes to put these transition elements in. I've used Uncharted 88 from Damage just because it's a bit of a different sound and I like finding new instruments to play with, and it was all about getting the timing right to make these transitions work nicely. So I've played around with them. Also, while I was doing that, I did quite a bit of automation, so lowering the volume of the mids percussion to start with, because I realised that was coming in a little bit too loud. I've also varied the low percussion as well. There's automation all over this, and don't forget we've also done the expression and dynamic programming on things like swarms. So we're changing the intensity of the different instruments as well. So there's quite a lot going on behind the scenes here. But for example, let's just hear the beginning swoosh intro. That works quite nicely. Then we've got a louder one here. So don't forget there's different ways you can emphasize these parts coming in and out. And in this sort of cue, you need to have that sort of longer look at how it is developing. And by the end, we've got these tremolo strings now in, which add to the intensity by the time we finish. And we've got this swell at the end as well, just to finish it. I think you'll probably understand it more when I play it through now for you as a whole. We haven't mixed and mastered it. That's part 3. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll let you listen to the whole thing and see where we've got up to. Have a go at doing one yourself.